Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing amazing today. So in Warframe, there are three basic things that judges a Warframe and determines if a player used them or not, or how much or how longer they're able to survive. And those three things basically are armor, health, and shields. Now, depending on how important it is, we are only going to be taking a look at one of them today. And the reason why we're doing that is because of the upcoming updates and the proposed changes to it. Now, what we're going to be taking a look is the shields, and more after and more closely, we are also looking at shield gating. Now, for a long time, there have been talks about reworking the shields in Warframe, and of course, there have been a past few dev streams and past few comments that they've talked about it, and it's being talked about in almost every single dev stream lately, which means and puts us in a situation where it is almost a reality and we can almost see it on the horizon. Now, shield gating was often mentioned and repeated, and this is one of those things that basically some of you may not have a real idea as far as what shield gating is, and this is why I'm making this video, to basically further explain so you can understand and gain more knowledge as far as shield gating is concerned. Now, this knowledge is acquired and pulled and based on what I learned in school, and also based on what I've learned and seen in other games. So one of the things that you also know is, as of the moment, shield depletion in Warframe functions in a linear form, which means if every gunner with a particular rating is able to deplete your shields 10 points per second or 10 points at a time, this means it will take him 10 seconds to reach your health pool at the end of the day if you have 100 shield points. Now, armor, of course, is what determines how much damage or how much shield is taken per second. Shield gating is the proposed solution to increase the benefit of shields in the game and actually make a Warframe last longer when it comes to their shield points. Now, instead of the usual linear trajectory of shields depleting in the game whenever you are being attacked, this will function exponentially, much like a curved slope or a parabola that you see in some of your geometry classes in school, or you see in some of the different things you do in your daily life. Now, this won't be a straight on parabola, but it will be a parabola split into two, so you get the idea of what it is. Pretty much a whole curve. Now, instead of the usual example of 10 shields depleted per second like we have explained earlier, now the first hit may take 20 shields, while the next one may take about 15, and then the one after that may take 12, and then the one after that may take 10, and on and on and on and on. So this way your shields are not heavily impacted. So the more hits you take onto your shields, the lower the amount of shield points depleted. So this will be an amazing solution for some of the squishier frames in the game, and this will also be a really good thing for some of the frames that are able to give you overshields, or if you are using Energy Vampire Trinity. This might be one of those amazing things because a lot of us as of the moment are going towards more armor, more armor, more armor. However, this may end up leading us to the point where some of us will end up putting redirection in our frames once again. Now, this way, shields are now going to just be more than just a casing. They will be more than just an additional layer of buffer on a frame. Now they're going to function well as they should in every other game. So this, of course, is one of those things where DE will determine how they're going to do their own calculation as far as the techniques is concerned. If done right and if done the way that I have seen it and how I've read about it and the way that I've learned of it in school, if it is done in the same way, your armor rating will basically detect and actually decide how much shields is being depleted by second, and it will determine the slopeness, the steepness, and of course the wideness of the way the shields are depleting. So this way, if you have more armor and you have more shields, the way and the rate that your shields will deplete will be so low, and then it will become lower even when it gets to the end of your shields, which is an amazing thing and a wonderful thing. This way your shields don't just burn down after one hit, every gunner can't just mow you down in one hit, because now you have a little cushion of buffer. It's pretty much going to function like a compression status, in which it takes off more shields, and the more shields they take, the harder and tougher your shields get. So this is an amazing thing, and this is a wonderful thing. Now, as far as this goes, I don't know how this will be affected by some of your shield mods, by some of your shield recharge mods, and some of your arcanes such as Arcane Aegis and Arcane Barrier, because I know those have the ability to replenish your shields per second or instantly restore all shields. So I don't know how that is going to work and how that is going to function, because of course that will be based on Warframe and DE's calculation. And also, will this apply to enemies as well if they decide to go ahead and implement this shield gating? These are questions unanswered, but if you have an idea as far as how this is going to implement and how this is going to play out, let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to express your thoughts. Feel free to express and share your knowledge, as so that every one of us can also acquire and become more intelligent based on what you know. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. As always, it is DA signing out. I'll see you in the next one.